So this sixth round of games in the AfCON qualifier saw Ghana beating the Central African Republic by 2-1, with their away side taking the lead in the 25th minute before Kudus with a sensational free kick, equalizing the game for us in the dying minutes of the first half, and then it's Nuama being assisted by Antoine Semenyo, getting us the winning goal in the 88th minute. This win means that Ghana now tops the Group E of the qualifiers table with 12 points and denying the Central African Republic the chance to progress into the AfCON in Côte d'Ivoire. But was this win convincing enough? How did the Black Stars actually play? Today we are going to delve into the game, the analysis of it, and how Chris Hughton's men managed to win the game, having gone down in the 25th minute through a blunder. After the game, the coach of the Central African Republic was reported to have said that if this is the team that Ghana is taking to the Nations Cup, we are not going to make it. But was he actually right? What do you make of his assessment of the Black Stars team? Or was he just a coach talking out of disappointment after losing the game to the Black Stars? Okay, so to start with, this was the formation that I was expecting Chris Hughton to use to beat the Central African Republic, based on how they played against us when we went to their country. I was expecting Mohamed Kudus and Jordan Ayew to be just a little in front of Saleh Samed, and then I wanted Inaki Williams to be on the left and then Antoine Semenyo to lead the attack. I also wanted Gideon Mensah to start on the left, because looking at our left back options, he is the one that has played more games for his club side this season. Yes. So this was the team that I was expecting Chris Hughton to use. But then Chris Hughton, like I said in the preview of the game, he's quite defensive minded. His setup, the setups that he has used for most of the games that he has played, I think almost all the games that the Black Stars has played under him has been with two defensive midfielders. I think that's what he likes, and that's what I think Ghanaians should get used to now. We are going to play with two defensive midfielders, and what that does is it means that our defenders would have a bit more of a cover for them. And then the caveat is we are not going to really get a lot of possession, but that also means that the person who would be playing as our number 10 has to be very good on the ball, which in this game I think Kudus did very well. So this was the team that he started with. Kudus was playing as the 10. Jordan Ayew came on the left. Inaki Williams started up top, and then Semenyo was benched for Elisha Owusu, who I think is also a very good player. But my best player for this game was Saleh Samed. Yes, he's a defensive midfielder, but then we needed someone to be able to be good on the ball, because you can't play this system and still expect to dominate possession. Saleh Samed did really well in terms of his defensive work and then holding up play so that we can keep a little bit more of possession. And in keeping possession too, it helps us to also keep our shape. Chris Hughton, I know, likes his team to always keep its shape so that the players will be able to find themselves easily. Another thing to also talk about is that Ghana, this game started very slow. We were so slow. I think it also has to do with the determination of the Central African Republic, because they knew their only choice was to win, and the Black Stars were expecting a draw. I'm hoping this excuse is a valid point, because I don't see why you'd be playing in your own home grounds in Kumasi, a place that we have a place that we have told Nigerians that it is our slaughterhouse, and you start so slow like that. We were so slow in attack, we were so slow in possession, and the Central African Republic were just trying to get us on the counter. Let's get into how we played. I mean, the tactics of the game. This was the setup of the two sides. Ghana in our usual 4-2-3-1, Kudus at the 10, Sales, and then Elisha Owusu, making up the diamond in the middle. And then the Central African Republic 5-4-1 formation. And occasionally this player or one of them will step up, or if they are attacking, you see a lot of runs from their wingers. And the goal that came, I think, is the exact same, is so similar to the goal that they used to score us when we went to their place. We lose possession of the ball in these areas, and then they get a counter. We have players running so fast into defense, into our defensive third, and then they outrun our defenders, and then they score us. That was a similar goal that they used to score us when we went to their place. So I wasn't surprised, because like I said in the preview, if you play 4-2-3-1 against this kind of system, you are definitely going to have overloads. If they are attacking you, you're going to have overloads. And that's what happened. So I wasn't surprised when they scored us in that way. Another thing I would also like to mention is that what I've realized about our defenders, sometimes when we are attacking, we see these two having the same line. When they are moving, I don't know whether it has to do with communication problems or what, but then if you are on the same line like this, it makes it easy for defenders. One has to at least be covering. And like I said, this was the same goal they used. It's so similar to the goal they used to score us when we went to their place. The same thing happened. I think the Black Stars would need to be careful about this thing. I think we were attacking like this, and then there was a turnover of possession. They got the ball here, and then there was a quick through pass, I think, and then their player outrun our defenders and then scored. We don't have to see these kind of things. So the goal that we considered, I think, is a blunder that the defenders, they have to look at. In terms of communication, they have to be careful, because you can't be on the same level and expect the defender to not make his way through you. They have to communicate well. And also we were pushed up so high. We had pushed up so high at the time that they just cut through us. It was so easy for them, the goal. It was so easy for them. I think we could have done better. We also have to give credit to our wingers, because this was one of the games that I saw our wingers really doing a lot of dribbling, especially Osman Bukhari. With the way that he uses his speed, I think it's going to be one of the weapons that the Black Stars can really use when we get to the AfCON proper. Hopefully Kamaldeen comes in later on, but this game also saw Jordan Ayew performing really well on the left side. I would have wanted him to pair with Kudus here so that we'll be in this shape, but our coach likes to use the two defensive midfielders, so Jordan was playing on the left. Jordan did really well in terms of keeping the ball, dribbling, and I think it was when we conceded the goal that the Stars realized that if they don't also score, then we will be out. So I'm very happy we were able to equalize in the first half through that Kudus free kick. It was a brilliant free kick. It was a very brilliant free kick, and people were so joyous about it. And finally, I think we should also consider playing Inaki either on the left or the right 2NC, because almost all the times that we have played him here, he seems to be isolated. This is the game that saw Kudus coming so deep to pick the ball, because of we having two defensive midfielders. He had to do a lot of the job, and he did that brilliantly. But that also means that this player here becomes isolated, and we need him to be scoring. You can't score when you have just one player in the penalty box. And we have to always get enough bodies in the penalty box to be able to score. So I hope they can try Inaki Williams on the left or the right, because I know he is very effective. He can play on both sides, either the left or the right. Maybe the coach should consider trying that too, because Inaki is a deadly player. He can score from every angle. Just that isolating only him, we have three defenders against him. He can't do anything about that. And already the player that could have helped him is also picking the ball from deep. So that worried his game a little bit. And then I want to talk about our winning goal. Chris Hughton made these kind of changes. Enes Nuama coming in for Osman Bukhari. And then Gideon Mensah also coming in for Abdul Babaraman. And then later on, Semenyo also replacing Inaki Williams. And what that brought was that if in the first half, Osman Bukhari, though he has space, all that he will be wanting to do will be more of crossing the ball to Inaki Williams when they were both in the game. But Enes Nuama is a left-footed player, which means when he gets to these areas, he might want to cut in and either give a pass or shoot himself. So the attention of the defenders were more on him. The attention of the defenders were more on him going forward, which meant that Antoine Semenyo was also given a bit of a free time. And Antoine Semenyo, I've realized, is he likes to fight for the ball. I think he's also like Inaki Williams in a way. He will come and fight for the ball and then push forward, which Antoine Semenyo is doing a lot in the games that he has played for the Black Stars. That is why I wanted us to start him, because from the games that he has been playing for his side now, you can really see that he has a lot of potential. He can be a target person, and then he can even play as a 10. So I wanted us to actually start him up front, and then Inaki Williams will be on the left. The goal came about when Antoine Semenyo came to fight even after Ghana had lost the ball. And that, I think, that kind of fighting spirit is going to help us a lot when we enter the Nations Cup. We now have a lot of strikers who will be battling for position. And that means each of them have to, they both have to give their best. A lot of people are fighting for this position now, the attacking position. So they have to give their best. We've had a lot of changes up front. We used to play with Afenejan. Then there was Boache. So this particular position is a position that Ghanaians, we are really, really looking at, because the person who vacated this position was our best player. He was arguably our best player ever. That is Asamoah Gyan. So we need a player who can be fighting and scoring for us like he used to do. Okay, so we've qualified for the AfCON. I hope we can get to the finals. I want us to win a trophy. It's been a long time Ghana won something. I hope we can win the trophy this time, because it's so close to us. Ivory Coast is just so close to us. If we can do something, this team, a lot of people don't have faith in this team, but then I think when it comes to Ghana, it is at times that people don't believe in us that we actually do well. And I hope and pray and believe that this particular team, with the coach that we have now, maybe we can do something. Thank you very much. Kindly like and subscribe to the channel so that we can give you more content.